Have you ever wondered how the Middle East conflict, a seemingly distant issue, can suddenly engulf a nation like Yemen? Today, we're exploring just that. Yemen, a nation already grappling with its own civil war and a severe humanitarian crisis, has now been pulled into the Israel-Hamas conflict. The Houthi rebels, who control most of northern Yemen, have launched missile and drone attacks on Israeli targets. These rebels are part of Iran's Axis of Resistance, a network that includes Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militias in Iraq and Syria. The Houthi attacks marked a significant escalation in regional tensions, making Yemen a new player in the Middle East conflict. To understand Yemen's involvement, we need to take a step back and look at the series of events that led to this point. Yemen, a country already grappling with civil war and a humanitarian crisis, has now found itself amidst the conflict between Israel and Hamas. This all began with the Houthi rebels, backed by Iran, seizing control over most of northern Yemen. Iran's support for the Houthi rebels was not just limited to ideology, but extended to providing weapons, training, and financial support. As the conflict escalated, the Houthis claimed responsibility for launching missile and drone attacks on Israeli targets, marking the first time Yemen directly targeted Israel. Amidst the chaos, the southern city of Eilat, located near the Red Sea and the border with Egypt, was specifically targeted. However, Israel's air defense systems intercepted all incoming projectiles, resulting in no reported casualties or damage. This significant escalation in regional tensions is a direct result of the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. It's important to note that the Houthis are part of Iran's Axis of Resistance, which includes Hezbollah in Lebanon and various militias in Iraq and Syria. This alliance has been accused of challenging Saudi Arabia, which leads a coalition of Arab states supporting the internationally recognized government of Yemen. The international community, witnessing the increasing volatility, has called for an immediate ceasefire and a diplomatic solution to end the violence and prevent further destabilization of the region. With the Houthi attacks, Yemen has not only entered the Middle East conflict, but also raised the risk of a wider war involving other countries in the region. So, what does Yemen's involvement mean for the Middle East conflict and the world at large? Yemen's entrance into the fray denotes a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. With the Houthi rebels backed by Iran, this development marks the first time Yemen has directly targeted Israel. The Houthis, part of Iran's Axis of Resistance, are seen as a proxy used by Iran to challenge Saudi Arabia, adding another layer of complexity to the situation. The missile and drone strikes from Yemen also bring to the forefront the risk of a wider war. Countries such as Egypt, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia, who have peace treaties or normalization agreements with Israel, could potentially be drawn into the conflict. This paints a grim picture and underscores the urgency for a diplomatic solution to end the violence. The international community has been vocal in calling for an immediate ceasefire. The region is on the precipice, and further destabilization could have far-reaching implications. As the Middle East conflict evolves, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for peace and stability in this volatile region.